finally a to be continued. That was the longest section. It was 2 hours. Holy smokes. So I think we've seen well, we haven't found Lance yet. Is he still kidnapped somewhere? March 13th, 1:22 p.m. Gatewater Land Main Gate. Oh, I totally forgot to do my intro. 1 second. 3, 2, 1. Hey all you cool cats, and welcome back to another episode of Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth. This is probably actually part 3 because I think the first section of this case was like way too long. It's 2 hours long. I wouldn't make anybody sit there and watch like 2 hours of footage, so definitely gonna cut that like in half somewhere. And yeah, so this is going to actually be part 3, which you should know because you're looking at it. And we're gonna continue on from here. Chased out like a pair of peasants, like some plebeians. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Kay? There's something even thieves should never steal. Do you know what that is? Someone's life? You really shouldn't steal anything, however I'll bite. What shouldn't a thief steal? A life. It's too heavy of a burden on your soul to get away with ever. That's something we can agree on. Well said, Kay. No matter what we may try, murder is the one crime that can never truly be hidden. And I intend to prove that by my own hands, when I apprehend the murderer myself. Alright, and I'm going to work extra hard to be a good assistant. Let's go! I still never said she could be my assistant. I'm just going to drop the issue. Yeah, we might as well give it up. She's stuck with us. The first thing we should do is locate the real scene of the murder. Mr. Edgeworth! Detective Gumshoe. Mr. Edgeworth, the stadium! Hurry, sir! This is supposed to be a hush-hush, but they found a witness at the stadium. A witness? You! What did we tell you about leaving your assigned post? Ah, the jig is up. Mr. Edgeworth, remember that I'm always rooting for you, so go get him, sir. The detectives sure look like they're enjoying themselves. It's not all fun and games, Kay. Now then, let's head to the stadium and meet with this witness. March 13th, 1:42 p.m. Stadium. Okay, was that pink Badger mobile there earlier? I don't remember. Oh my gosh, this is like something I probably should have remembered. I thought there was a witness here. Yeah, I don't see anyone. Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, it's Emma Skye. Didn't she have like a crush on Edgeworth? I think she did. What voice should I give her? Oh my god, I would give her the same voice as Kay if I could. I don't know. Let's just do my default voice because I can't think of anything. Long time no see. You are Miss Emma Skye, correct? This girl is the younger sister of my former superior, Lana Skye. 2 years ago, we stood in the same courtroom together as witness and prosecutor. But I thought she had gone to Europe to study forensics. I can't believe you remember me, Mr. Edgeworth. Of course I do. How have you been? You look to be in good spirits. Are you still studying abroad? You bet. More than anything, I want to investigate crime scenes scientifically. I've been studying non-stop every day to become a top-notch forensic scientist. But it's spring break now, so I thought I'd come back for a little bit. I see. Is she our witness? Oh, wait. Wait, the stadium's all packed up. No. Okay, so, like, before the stadium was out here. Now it's gone. Okay, let's talk to her. I almost didn't recognize you. You've really grown in these past few years. Please don't tease me, Mr. Edgeworth. I know I still have a long way to go. But I'm going to be a super forensic scientist someday, you'll see. You seem to know Mr. Edgeworth really well. Are you two acquaintances? Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Emma Skye. Nice to meet you. I'm studying abroad now to be a forensic scientist. How about you? Wow, that's a great dream. My name's Kay Faraday, and I'm training to become an unstoppable great thief. Great thief? Don't think too hard on it, Emma. It's not worth the trouble. In any case, we have much to catch up on. You bet we do. So why are you here, Emma? I just happened to decide to come back home for spring break. And then I heard that you'd come back too, so I raced on over here. I'd really wanted to welcome you back at the airport, but I just missed you. And how exactly did you know I was here? She is a stalker. Through the power of science, naturally. Never underestimate what science can do for you. I used these to track your footprints and then I followed them straight to you. This set is the greatest. It's so wonderfully scientific. You spray this chemical on the ground and when you shine the special light on it, zing! The footprints light up like an electrified noble gas in a glass tube. It's almost like magic, scientifically speaking. Forensic science has never seemed so more ominous to me than at this very moment. Witness. And I'd like to ask you about what you witnessed. Huh? What are you talking about? Are you not the witness Detective Gumshoe told us about? Well, I did get a call from Detective Gumshoe earlier. He was practically yelling at me. Mr. Edgeworth needs your scientific doohickeys right now, pal, he said. What was that man thinking? Or rather, not thinking. So let me guess, there's been a murder, right? Yes, unfortunately. There's a sudden glint in her eyes, but I need to keep my mind focused on the witness. Now, where did that person go? Where did that witness go? There's nothing here. Is it this thing? I assume this is another Badger mobile. Yeah, but it's a different color than the blue Badger's car. Yes, this is a retina-searing pink model. What is that? What's that off in the distance? Oh hey, it's the pink Badger! Badger, get! Badger, Badger, Badger. Mushroom, mushroom. Badger, 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 Badger. Mushroom, mushroom. Just what does she think what does she see in these silly things? Okay. I think this Badger has something to say to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Are you by chance the witness I've been searching for? Sorry, I don't speak Badger dance. Okay. Ah, it's Old Bag! Ah, I can't take me. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Old Bag talks really fast sometimes, and it might scroll past it, and I might not be able to read it really fast. Oh boy, here we go. Ah, I can't take things inside that stuffy hat anymore. No! Why her? Why here? Why now? I first met this woman 3 years ago. She was a witness in one of my cases. She has since gone out of her way to pop up unexpectedly and cause me great grief. Itchy Boo! Why couldn't you understand what I was trying to tell you? I mean, really? I was trying so hard to keep the kid's dream alive by staying in character, but you couldn't pick up on what I was trying to convey to you. I'm sick and tired of the roundabout way of talking, so I'm just gonna be direct. Had a bad feeling before, but this just made it official. Today has gone beyond the typical not my day into the realm of walking nightmare. So you're a friend of Mr. Edgeworth too, Ms. Pink Badger? You could say that, but right now I'm just the Pink Badger, dearie. She may look the part, but I know better than to trust my eyes around this woman. My name is Wendy Oldbag, but you can call me Wendy, or Granny, or whatever suits your fancy. Nice to meet you, Ms. Oldbag. I'm Kay Faraday. What do I care about a young whippersnapper like you? Yeesh, I was just trying to be polite. Weren't you a security guard at one of the Gatewater hotels the last time we met? I go where I'm needed. I'm very good at what I do, unlike the youth of today. I get called in all the time to fill in when there aren't enough hands. But enough about me, Edgy Poo. I'm thoroughly dejected right now. I finally get the chance to see you, and here you are talking with two young girls. Men are all the same. Doesn't matter how old they get. Why all they get? I just happen to be the notes we to get a range barrel with 16-year-old who doesn't see her all. Is the same person who takes the truth, but it's... You seem to attract all sorts of interesting people, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, please, I'm begging you. By all means, do not provoke her any further. The witness. Aren't you forgetting about something, Mr. Edgeworth? This person could be the witness. Honestly, I hope she isn't. But I don't think fate is going to be so kind today. I saw what happened. I even saw the exact moment it happened. How's that? So it's true. She's the witness. I don't suppose I can afford to ignore the old bag. Yes, it was just a little while ago. I saw it happen right in front of me. The moment of the murder. You mean to say that you witnessed someone being killed right before your eyes? Sounds like a pretty important piece of testimony to me. What old bag witnessed? I came to the stadium to take a short break. As I was resting, I happened to glance over and I saw two men facing each other in that area. Suddenly, there was a loud gunshot and the person who was shot fell to the ground. It was a very terrifying experience, let me tell you. Okay. There were two men? Looks like we hit the jackpot, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, I can't afford to ignore what she has to say. You know what, though? And you won't know this, Inspire, but the problem with Old Bag is her testimonies are, like, not solid. The first case, she referred to seeing someone, but she didn't actually see that person. She saw them in a costume. And seeing that they're Blue Badger costumes right now, there's a chance that what she actually saw was like two Badger people talking to each other. And she referred to them as men. So, we can't trust her. Or rather, she's not going to be a guilty... Like, she's innocent. She's not going to be, like, a murderer involved with this. But we can't really, like, take her testimony at, like, 100% face value. Unfortunately. What's that unfortunately you tacked on at the end supposed to mean, Edgy Peru? Well, anyway, let's see what we can find out from this little old lady. What Old Bag witnessed. I came to the stadium to take a short break. Okay. Not important. As I was resting, I happened to glance over and saw two men. Okay, this is the one. I don't trust that statement. Explain. You saw two men. Can you describe them for me? They look like your average Joes, completely uninteresting and not worth fawning over. I'm telling you, they were so boring that I don't even remember much beyond that. But did they have any special features? Anything you can recall would be very helpful. Oh my, don't tell me you're jealous of those two men. Hey, she's right. You do seem pretty worked up over them, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not worked over anyone. And I'm not jealous. It's alright, Edgy Poo. Those two were just fowls compared to a stallion like you. Just tell me what they look like. Just tell me what they look like. Just give me the information. I thought so little of them that I lost interest the instant I laid eyes on them. She 100% saw people in costumes. Suddenly, there was a loud gunshot, and the person who was shot fell to the ground.
Hold it!
You're claiming to have seen the exact moment in which the murder took place. Absolutely! That gun made a terrible racket when it was fired. You didn't try to go and help the person that got shot? I'm only one person, you smart alecky brat. What could I done? But I took off as soon as I could find someone who could help. 2 men, 1 bullet. It's all consistent with what... Oh, I'm reading that normally, whatever. What we found from the body. Sadly, there wasn't exactly a lot of new information to go on in your testimony. Well, if I saw that guy again, I'm sure I could identify him for you. I mean, how do you expect me to remember anything without someone to jog my memory? Self-centered, aren't we? Well, it was somewhat useful. Her testimony also presents us with a new problem. There's no blood in this area at all, so... Mr. Edgeworth! Yes? So about this new problem... What is that giant grin on your face for? Do you want me to show you something really nice? No, thank you. Don't be so mean! I swear it's something you're gonna like! What is she doing? Her cell phone? What is that gadget you're holding? What you see before you is the secret weapon of the great thief. A cell phone? I should have known it would be worthless. Oh, don't be like that, teehee. What the fudge? What do you think now? What is it doing? It's projecting something into the air. I'm going to input the necessary information to run the simulation now. What is she doing? Once I'm done, I'll increase the size of the projection to its maximum size. Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares to take wing. One alone remains all-seeing. Now witness the true power of the real modern-day Robin Hood. What did she just do? Did she just send us into, like, some virtual space? What the... What is this? This is a recreation of the murder based on the info I inputted into Little Thief. Little Thief? I dare say, I think you're taking the Robin Hood thing a bit too far. Where did she take us? Little Thief is actually meant to be a simulator for me to plan my thefts. But I suppose if I use it like this... Let's see, Miss Oldbag said there were 2 men facing each other. And then a gunshot rang out and the victim fell to the ground. So with this we can inspect the crime scene as it was in the past. See? So what do you think? I have to say I'm impressed by the technology thieves have access to these days. Well, it is the super secret weapon of the mighty Yatagarasu. Indeed. Oh, but if there isn't enough information, or if something's out of place, the recreation could come out a little strange. In other words, I can use this to authenticate the validity of a witness's testimony. You got it! You really catch on quick, Mr. Edgeworth! Right now, this simulation is a recreation of that witness's testimony. So for now, I should re-examine everything. And if I find anything illogical or strange, I can then ask for clarification. Feel free to examine anything in this simulation in the way that you always do. You can even present evidence when you find a contradiction. And if you find something, I've got Little Thief with me, so you just let me know, okay? The contradiction is that they can't be standing side by side. The victim needs to be elevated. According to the testimony, the victim fell to the ground here. That's right, but... If that's the case, then we've already found our first contradiction. Huh? What? Where? If this is the real scene of the crime, there's something missing that should be here. Blood? Piece of evidence shows the missing item. The blood? How do I describe blood? Take that. Oh.
Take that!
Press that, whatever. This is the contradiction. Something wrong with my recreation? If this is the real scene of the crime, something specific should be here. If you think back, how did we deduce that the other crime scene was not the real one? Oh, I get what's missing now. There's no blood on the ground here either, right? Right. The fact that there is no blood here casts doubt on the witness's testimony. Edgy Peru, how can you doubt me like that? Are you calling me a liar? I know what I saw, and I saw the victim get shot down. You know, I don't think she's lying, Mr. Edgeworth. To be honest, I can't think of a reason why she would lie to me. In that case, maybe there's another explanation for the distinct lack of blood. Why is there no blood around the victim's body? Okay. The costume. Easy. Is it not possible that the victim was also wearing a costume? So you really think Mr. Deacon was one of the kidnappers? I think we can reasonably assume that there's a very good chance that he was. And if he was shot while he was inside one of the stolen costumes, then Mr. Deacon's blood would be inside the costume instead of on the ground. Precisely. Now, if we could only prove that the victim was wearing a costume, I think it'd be pretty easy if we could find some footprints. But the problem is finding them, since there doesn't seem to be any around. Footprints, huh? I wonder how we could go about finding some of these. It's the silhouette of the killer with his gun at the ready. Kay, is it not possible to recreate the face of the killer? Well, I can't exactly input what we don't know into our little thief. Which is the point. What is this? Some sort of new attraction? Why can't I talk to her about the costume? Was the victim really wearing a costume? Maybe we can find out if we did some footprint. Oh, we need to talk to her. This is amazing. Just feel the power of science. Science. Footprint analysis. Emma, about the method you were talking about for finding footprints. Finally my expert knowledge in forensics is needed. Yes, well, can you detect and trace even partial footprints? Leave it to me. My cutting-edge detection kit can find anything. I have a hard time trying to do my regular voice and like her voice because she's excitable and so I don't know how to do it. Very well. If you could please analyze the footprints in this area. Okay, stand back now and witness the power of science at work. Hey, I found something. Look right here. I don't see anything. Oh, that's right. Here, put on these special glasses on, Mr. Edgeworth. These footprints were definitely left by a badger costume. Judging by the way the prints are layered, those seem to be the newest. Then we can conclude that the victim was definitely wearing a costume at the time. Victim's costume data jotted down in my organizer. Okay, in that case, I'll update the Little Thief simulation parameters. I can't wait to see what we find out from this new info. So the victim was wearing a costume when he died. And with that, we should be one step closer to the truth, right? I see the recreation has changed accordance with the new information. We may be closer, but now something else has caught my attention. We didn't find any footprints of like a not badger, right? So I'm 100% certain that the killer's also in a badger costume. What do you want? Your testimony, naturally. I'd like to hear it one more time, if you please. Dumb old woman. Okay, she's just saying the same thing that she said before. Two men facing each other. It's the two men remark. It's the two men remark. I knew it. It's exactly like any other time. She always, like, anytime she has ever seen something, she's always seen somebody in a costume. And so, for anybody who's not familiar with the series, maybe they wouldn't have caught that immediately, but it's her. So it's always that. So, does that mean that Miss Oldbag's testimony has a contradiction in it? Yes, and I believe our best course of action is to compare it with your recreation. See, I just knew Little Thief would be of help. Now let's see if we can pull more info from Miss Oldbag to put into the recreation. For that, we must first find the contradiction in her testimony. Easy peasy. It's the second statement, for sure. Right? Okay, do I have evidence to contradict that? Is it this one? Yeah, there we go. 2 men. How did you know the gender of the 2 people involved? Seeing as the victim was wearing a costume at the time. Ah! Furthermore, I have another matter I'd like to inquire about. I'd very much like to know why you failed to mention the costume in your testimony. Wah! I'm beginning to doubt if you really witnessed the murder at all. But I'm telling you, I really did see it. I saw it with my very own eyes. From a seat in the second tier. The second tier? Hey, didn't you say you saw it right in front of you earlier? That was, you know, I was using the phrase in a metaphorical sense. I see our witness still has a screw loose in the metaphorical sense. The cushy seats in the second tier are reserved for hotshot VIPs, which is exactly why I go there now and again to take a nap. I can't see how you could have gotten a good look from there. It's so high up. Were you able to see even the victim's costume from way up there? Well, I know I saw 2 people, but I couldn't really see what they looked like because they were at the stage's shadow. Not only did she barely see them, but they were in the shadow, and she's got poor eyesight. She barely saw them. My eyesight isn't what it used to be, you know? Not like when I was young. This good man from 100 feet course, they also did me in a flash and tried to make me in a movie, but I was a careful girl with a... Let's return to our investigation, shall we, Kay? You got it! Sorry, it sometimes scrolls like really fast and I just can't read that fast. Might as well put a magic 8-ball in the sand. So, this is supposed to be in a costume. It's a silhouette of the killer and the gun ready. Okay, is this not... Oh, no! Oh, dang it. Is there something wrong with this? New silhouette of the victim is in costume. Silhouettes can change depending on the information I input, but Little Thief can recreate more than just people. So investigate away. We may even find more info from which to make a more accurate sim. Alright, sounds like a plan. Oh, maybe I need to get the stadium? It looks like they broke the stage down. I guess that means they're done for the day. Maybe it's because a different show is scheduled to start its run tomorrow. Do I have... Okay. If that woman's testimony is to be believed, the murder occurred before the stage was broken down. Do you want me to input that bit of info into Little Thief? Yes, if you please. Okay. Okay, well, that makes no sense. There's clearly a contradiction here. Please stop stealing my lines. Oh, come on. It wasn't that hard to see it coming, even for a layman like me. I suppose. In any case, it's not possible for the killer to have stood here in that way, because there was a very real stage set up in this spot at that time. Yeesh, I told you I got it. Do you feel the need to explain everything? Yes, well, in any case, we still need to resolve this unusual situation. Isn't it obvious the killer was on top of the stage, naturally? Right, Ms. Oldbag? Yes, I remember now. The killer was standing on top of the stage. No. It's reverse. See, now let me update the info in the simulation. Investigation complete, no. What sort of exit wound would have been like, how do you even do that? That's a contradiction! What is going on? The injury wound was the stomach. The killer couldn't have shot from... What is going on? Well, what do we have here? A bunch of hooligans running amok, I see. Agent Lang, how nice of you to join us. Well, I can't have you going around messing up my crime scene. Agent Lang, we've discovered that the real scene of murder is here, the stadium. I see, thanks. For what? I'm just trying to show you my appreciation for all the time you've saved me. Who knew that such a strange little toy could recreate a crime scene like that? Little thief is not a toy! You two! Sir! Oh, they got it all set up. Is that the Gaviniers from Apollo Justice? I believe. And there you have it. You see? Big boys like me don't need silly toys, little girl. Now this is a recreation. So what? Do you still intend to assert that Officer Meekins is the killer? Of course! Even knowing that the crime took place here doesn't let him off the hook. Yeah, it wouldn't let him off the hook just because it was here, would it? This is the real scene of the crime. Officer Meekins lay in wait for the victim on top of the stage. And when the victim finally showed, he shot him from on high. That's the truth your little recreation showed. Oh, is this where I contradict it? How far will you go to accuse Officer Meekins of the crime? He's the most likely suspect we got, given the situation with his gun. Well, even if he is the killer, at least my recreation was on the mark. You see? Thank you for understanding, my little crow girl. I'm not some common crow. I'm the Yatagarasu, the Raven of Legend. Unfortunately, your conclusion has yet to be tested, so let's see how well it holds up. Okay. This is what's wrong. Can I just present the evidence? Wait, what was the next statement? The victim finally showed he shot him from on high. No! No, 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 no. Right? Autopsy. Yeah, entry point. This is wrong.
Objection!
Boom. There we go. Contradiction. I feel better now. I'm terribly sorry, Agent Lang. I should have warned you that our recreation is incomplete. You cut in quite unexpectedly, after all. What's that supposed to mean? You said that the victim was shot by the killer from up above, correct? Hate to break it to you, but that's not possible. Huh? Why not? Recall Mr. Deacon's body, specifically where the gunshot wounds were located. Actually, I didn't get that good of a look. Oh, well then. The bullet entered Mr. Deacon in his abdominal region and exited his right shoulder. This is more consistent with an angled shot from beneath the victim. So, okay. Ignoring Officer Meekins. This whole situation... It means that the victim was standing on the stage. And then whoever came, arrived, shot him. So the victim here, why, I don't know why he was on the stage in the first place. Like, why would he be on the stage in the first place, you know? But the killer would have, in my thought process, like, for some reason the victim was on the stage for some reason. So the two met, because I'm assuming both of them were kidnappers. For some reason they were both kidnappers. Alright, so these two are the kidnappers, and for some reason the murderer arrived and shot the other kidnapper. I can't figure out why yet, though. But I think it's important. Then, yes, our recreation had the victim being shot at an angle from above. A clear contradiction! You're discounting your own conclusions? No, this is... this 1 point is the only flaw. This was the mistake parameter in our recreation. Yes, the location of the killer and the victim were wrong. I get it. I see what you're trying to say. I believe that the killer and the victim were standing opposite to what we initially thought. It was the victim who was on top of the stage as he was being shot by the killer. This is what happened. It also explained the positioning of the gunshot wounds. But then what about the footprints? Since the footprints don't lie, we can assume then that the killer also wore a costume. Okay, I'll try using that data instead. Judging by the fact that both the killer and the victim were wearing costumes, I'd say it was a killing between the two kidnappers. That would be the most natural conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Agent Lang? Well done, Mr. Prosecutor. But that alone doesn't clear Officer Meekins of the crime. Yeah, I don't know how to describe what happened here. You bet it's not a kidnapping at all? I bet that the kid ran off. I mean, we haven't seen Lance yet, so that's a possibility. Another bit of proof. I ask that you take another good look at the tire marks over there. The 3 marks are indicative of the Blue Badger mobile. That story Officer Meekins told about the shop on wheels getting stolen is just a lie. He drove the Blue Badger mobile here and committed the murder. Then he used the car to move the body to the garage in the Wild Wild West area. Yeah, but there's no mud on it. You believe he moved the body with the car? That's right. It was Officer Meekins himself who pointed us to the way he did it. He did it. Which is stupid. No murderer would have done that. 3 tired tread marks are very telling. However, is the Blue Badger mobile the only thing capable of creating such a pattern? No, because there's the pink one, and then there's the other one. Proto Badger mobile? I don't know what it's called. Another bit of proof. Ba-ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. No mud on the tires. I don't know. Okay, let's press him because I don't know if this is one of those ones where you gotta get the thing or not. So you still claim that the tire marks belong to the Blue Badger mobile. It must have arrived on the scene after the ground had become wet with rain. Okay, that is where it's wrong. Officer Meekins committed the murder. There's no mud. No mud.
Objection!
No mud. Sorry, Agent Lang, but that's an impossible tale. And why is that? Those tire marks could not have been left by Officer Meekin's Blue Badger mobile. One look at the car would have told you so. What proves that the Blue Badger mobile had never been to the stadium? The lack of mud! Take a good look at the tires. There's not a single dollop of mud to be found on it. Nerve! If this car had come to the backstage area and left those tire tracks, then the lack of mud on these tires stands out as very peculiar indeed. Then how do you explain the tire tracks, genius? Hey, I've got it! What about Ms. Oldbag's pink Badgermobile? Don't be ridiculous! I was sleeping the entire time in the second-tier seats! Indeed, I believe we can rule her out as someone related to the crime. However, there's yet one more roving store, as I recall. Oh, you mean the Look how creepy and dead those eyes are. That is some real creepy eyes. I don't want to even look at it. Oh, you mean the Proto Badger, who's not creepy at all and not gonna give me any nightmares. Jesus. That's right. There is one more parking space inside that garage, and it proves the existence of a Proto Badger mobile. Agent Lang, I suggest you find this Proto Badger mobile post haste. There must still be some sort of incriminating evidence in it. Hey, did you hear something? Hell. Oh, is this Lance? Help me. Are you alright? Well, this is something. Looks like we found our kidnapping victim. Where were you all this time? Wild West with kidnappers. He was in the room next to the one I was held in? Ran away using underground and got lost. The kidnappers... what is it? I can't understand what you're trying to say. The kidnappers escaped wearing costumes. Did you see the faces of your kidnappers? No, I didn't see their faces, but two. One was a woman. So, I am suspicious that it was this chick. So is he suggesting that it was Oliver Deacon and Lauren Pops as two? A woman? Quite an important piece of testimony. Hey, what are you guys doing? Stop standing there and get your cops on this already. I'll even let you guys have what the kid said just now. Consider it a gift. Now, are you going to get out of my crime scene or I'm gonna have to get rough? Again. You're nothing but a big bully. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go. Oh, no, not you. You're a very important witness for my case. I'm not about to let you get away that easily. Don't count on me to testify because I won't. Not for you. That's right, I won't either. You hear me, you young whippersnapper? Hey, calm down. There's no need for all this hostility. I just want to take a statement from each of you. I'm not going to rough either of you up, I give you my word. Come now, fair maidens. What do you say? Will you cooperate?
Fair maidens? My, you little rascal. You sure know the way to a woman's heart.
Lang Zi says, the passage of time is but a fleeting moment, and a lady is young forever. Are you actually flirting with her?
Trying to outdo my edgy poo with your fancy schmancy sayings. Let's get this over with. So we're clear, I'm only interested in giving you my statement.
Sure, just as soon as Mr. Prosecutor leaves us be.
Mr. Edgeworth,